Welcome to Shaped by Faith. I'm Theresa Rowe, and I want to thank our sponsor, Lamar Chiropractic on Sherm Road. My guests today are Amy Hardin, a licensed clinical social worker, and Melissa Phillips, a biblical counselor and a essential oils distributor, and you'll see it back there behind her when you see it up online. What oil do you have running right now, Melissa?
Actually, I have what we call Stress Away. It actually is a blend of different oils.
You know, and that is exactly what our show is about today. I brought on Amy and Melissa to talk about things that we can do to de-stress during the holidays. You know, the holidays are here. This is Thanksgiving weekend right now. And so, although it's a really fun and joyous time, for a lot of people, it can be a really lonely time. It can be a really sad time, even if you're surrounded by your family and your friends. Amy, you know, we talked about this a few years ago, how the holidays can trigger certain emotions in a person. So today's show is going to be about, you know, what can we do for ourselves and for people we know. And we're also going to bring up the oils because although I don't know a lot about the oils, I know Melissa does. And so she is an expert in this field. So she's going to educate us because that's what she does in our community on the different oils that we can also use ourselves. Okay, so I'm actually real excited about this show. Amy, let's get back to you. The holidays, like I said, can trigger a lot of different emotions in people. So, and one of those emotions could be grief. Someone has lost a loved one. You know, it could be an adult, a child, a family member. So, how should we? Let's talk about a child. How should we help a child cope with the loss during this time?
The biggest thing for kids is not to change a whole lot about what they're used to. You know, for example, if they've lost a parent, mom or dad had special things they would do, Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving dinners, the way they would do gifts. Don't change that. Don't change their environment. Don't move the child from one location where they're used to having their holiday, because it's a big enough change not having the parent there. And let the child talk about it. You know, when kids, we don't want them to get upset. So when kids come around, we go, oh, no, let's change this. Like, they need to get out as much as they can too.
You know, I had this question to ask you as adults. I know when I was raising my children and something would happen, and I always thought I would protect them by not crying in front of them. So I wanted to be the strong mom for them, and I wanted to be encouraging to them and not really go there. But what is your take on that as adults, if we've all had a loss?
I let my kids see me cry, and they learn to nurture. If they see me cry, you know, even my 2-year-old will come up and pat my shoulder or do things like that, and they realize I'm being genuine. And as long as they understand that I'm not super mom, then they think I'm super mom.
Right.
Because they see, you know, actually what's going on in my life. I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I think it is important that our kids see us cry. And one of the things that I do to help when people come to me is definitely, like you said, keep the routine going, but also encourage journaling and praying with one another and talking about it, because I think it is important that we do get our kids to talk about what they're feeling and that they don't store that emotional baggage as we sometimes as adults do.
Absolutely.
I think that's important.
You know, and when we internalize that and we, like, I would stop myself from crying. Now I cry. My kids see me cry when I'm watching the Hallmark Channel. They're like, Mom!
Well,
All
yeah,
this suppressed
yeah.
crying, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I just think it's hard for some of us to go ahead and let them see that. But I agree with both of you that, and I just told my daughter today, you know, she has a 6-year-old, and we are in the midst of a situation with a very dear friend of ours is getting ready to pass. And Wyatt he just turned 6 years old, but he saw Mommy cry, he saw his uncles cry, and so he ran out of the room and just burst into tears, you know. And of course my daughter consoled him and explained, Mommy's not hurt, we're not hurt. You know, it's kind of a sad cry. You know, people get sad this time of the year, even if they have not had a loss. So how can a person deal with that? What's both your take on that? You know, maybe it's not a loss. Maybe it's just that overwhelming sadness that comes over them. Is that depression, or is that something they need to get checked out with their doctor?
Well, I think just because the time change is, right around the holidays, it's a, if you study anything about essential oils or vitamins, you lose vitamin D because the sun goes down. And so seasonal depression is very real. And so it could be something just as simple as going to the doctor, having, blood work done, finding out what your vitamin D level is, and moving from there. But the big thing is a lot of people tend to feel lonely even if they haven't had a loss. And so I encourage people not to isolate themselves. Don't stop going to church. Don't stop going to meetings. Everybody wants to not go to their weekly functions because everybody's so busy at the holidays. Well, then when you do that, you isolate yourself. And so, on top of just being around your support groups, making sure that you're positive support groups and that you don't go down a negative path.
Okay, and what about you, Melissa?
Well, I think it's also important to realize that during the holidays, we don't always eat right. And eating and drinking the wrong foods and drinking the wrong things, it could cause a lot of stress on our body. And when we're not eating right, that could fluctuate our sugar. Then we start feeling bad about ourselves, and then we kind of sabotage ourselves, and then we eat more to feel better about it. So I think that play on emotions has a lot to do with, and I agree with you, Amy, about getting out and making sure that you don't isolate yourself, but also exercising with Theresa.
That's right. You can come and visit me anytime at Owensboro Christian Church. I do want to let people know out there that our facility is free. Anyone can come in there and work out. We have a walking track, and we also have a fitness room with weights and heavy weights that men like, and a weight bench and treadmills and ellipticals, and it's free to the community. That was a great segue. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa, you educate people all the time on essential oils, and I wanted to ask you, because I see so many people are out there selling oils. I see oils in my news feed on Facebook all the time. So are all oils equal? How do we know what oils to purchase?
Well, I think, and that's what I love to do. I love to educate people about the oils. And oils, essential oils, have been around for a very long time. And you can actually find over 180 references in the Bible about essential oils.
That's awesome.
But it just seems like here recently, you've seen all of this coming about. And I think it's because people seem to want a more natural, holistic approach to their body care, to whole body care. Not just necessarily emotional, but also physical. We have our aroma therapy going on right now with our stress away.
It smells so good in here.
It smells
I
great,
feel
doesn't
relaxed. I don't even feel like scooping my belly, though. I am, but I feel like
But not all oils are equal. A lot of times, and that's what I try to do, is help educate people to understand the differences between the oils, because it's the oils that I'm speaking about are exactly from it's the blood of the plant. But most of the things that we see on the shelves today, especially in our health food stores and things like that, or just even the normal store market or whatever, those type of oils are synthetic or lab made just to smell good. And so there's certain dangers or red flags you want to look for. And for instance, if an oil has an expiration date, if it doesn't have a supplement label on it, or if it says do not ingest, then you can guarantee that's probably not a therapeutic grade oil, that it's only synthetic and lab made. So, when I educate people, I don't want to say use lavender for burns and then they run out and buy the nearest lavender on the shelf, because if they apply that to a burn, it could actually make a worse.
So it depends on the quality of the oil,
exactly.
for sure.
Yes.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we want to continue this conversation, okay? So stay tuned.
I was trying not to cough.
Oh.
Well, I've had this cold all week, and Jeff gave
really?
it to me, and I've been throwing the oils on.
Are there certain oils to help with that?
Oh, of course.
I have my
we need to
thieves
talk
spray in
about
my
that,
purse. Should I let her try it?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
is
Have
it?
you got? Yeah, I got mine too. I need to squirt my throat. That would be great.
We could talk about that. We can, you know. And
I
what
hate
is
the taste of it. I'm just
what
going to
is
tell
it?
you. But you get used to it.
Oh, I love
Thieves?
it. It's called thieves.
And you spray it in your
Just-
throat?
now get real close. You don't want it on the outside.
You do it
Make
in
sure
your throat.
you go
Ah.
I said get it real close.
I did. I sprayed on the side of my face.
This. I mean, you have to.
Oh my gosh! What does that taste like?
Yeah.
It's closed. This is
I need to
actually
see
really
Amy
good.
about-
This kills all germs and it coats your throat. Like this is really good for singers because it coats your throat.
Does it
and-
numb your face?
Yeah,
Numb
for
my
about
throat.
5 minutes. It's really
Okay.
good, and it kills all germs.
Awesome.
So it's
Wow.
better than
When was it we got
Listerine.
my kids had strep? You know, if one kid gets it, they all get it.
Yeah.
It went away faster because I was
really?
using the thieves and the diffuser, and I was making this, which they hated it, and rubbing it on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
Yeah, it's really great.
All right, we need to start with that.
and how wonderful it
Hand
tastes.
it to me because we can put it on the.
And that one's only like $12.
None.
See, it's not even that expensive.
And that's pretty potent. Do they have an expiration date, the oils? See, that's awesome. We need to say that too.
Yeah.
No, when she did this little thing on me, it came back that I only needed one oil, and it was Gentle Baby. And it was funny because I had it already in my cabinet from when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's now 7.5.
Wow.
And she was like, no, you can still use it.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm Theresa Rowe. My guests today are Amy Hardin. She's a clinical social worker. And Melissa Phillips. She's a distributor of essential oils. She's also a certified biblical counselor. And today the show is all about helping you de-stress. So I'm going to give you a very simple exercise that these two lovely ladies are going to demonstrate. And this is what I want you to do during the holidays. Holidays can be a great, joyous time, but it also can be kind of sad and kind of lonely. And so I want you to know that there's some things out there that you can do. You ladies ready?
We're ready.
Yep.
Okay, they're just going to sit here and I'm going to talk them through like a little meditation. How about that?
Sounds
and it's
great.
going to be Christ-centered focus meditation, okay? So what I want you both to do, you're already doing it, scooping your belly, sitting up nice and tall, just being aware of your posture and how your body feels. And if this is a comfortable couch or not, if that's a comfortable chair, just having that whole awareness, because I think so many times we can just blank out and our mind is like on a treadmill, go, 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 go. So just bring yourself in, center yourself. And I'm going to ask you both to close your eyes. If you feel weird at home about closing your eyes, don't do it. But I like to do this in my classes, especially Pilates. So go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you both just to breathe deeply from your belly. So take a deep inhale in. And then exhale slowly out of your mouth. And I just want you to continue doing that. Just be aware of the way you're breathing. A lot of times when we're stressed out and we're in a hurry, we breathe really shallow from the chest. And if you notice, if you watch a little child, they breathe from their belly. They're always taking these deep breaths. So we need to do that also to de-stress, to detoxify ourselves. We've got some amazing essential oils going on in the room, too, that I smell. And Melissa, as your eyes are closed, is this a de-stress oil that you've brought?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. It's called Stress Away.
Stress away. Hey, that's awesome. All right, so as you're breathing, I just want you to focus in on where you're at. Like you're in this room at WBKR, WOMI. We're in the studio. Brett's over there recording us, and we're just sitting here together. And that may sound so silly, but so many times people are just not present. They take themselves someplace else. And I just want you to breathe deeply. Just continue doing that. And as you're breathing, I just want to remind you that our focus is on Jesus Christ as Christians. And so we focus in on the goodness of God, and we think about praising Him in our hearts. Sometimes our bodies don't want to do that, and we get a little rebellious, or you just don't feel like praying. But just ask God to take you over by His Holy Spirit. And so as you're breathing, you're meditating on, God, take me over from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. And you know, His Word tells us to rejoice always and to pray continually. Just keep your breathing deep. So just center in on a prayer focus, maybe something that you want to pray about, something that maybe you need to release to God, and to just get out of your physical body and just continue breathing. And you're going to practice this probably starting out. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is a long time, like 3 to 5 minutes. And then you're going to continue doing this daily. You know, if you've got to lock yourself in the bathroom to de-stress, go ahead and do that. Even if all chaos is going on around you, you should be able to, I'm right here, I'm focused, I'm breathing, and I'm just going to go to God with everything. Okay, you can open your eyes. Now, how simple was that?
Very easy.
Very easy.
It was easy to do, but how many times do we do that? We don't think about doing that. I mean, we may think about it, but we don't do it, right?
Right.
All right. But you ladies did it beautifully with your belly scoop.
Thank you.
And thank you for the essential oils. It does smell really good. But all of you out there, to de-stress, just breathe. Can you just breathe and just release whatever it is to God? For more simple exercises you can do anywhere, anytime, go to WOMIOwensboro.com or shapebyfaith.com. Bye.